Hey guys, happy Homebrew Wednesday. Welcome back to my brew dungeon. And today we got a little bit of a special segment to show you because a few days ago, 3-4 days ago, I kegged up my first all grain brew that I did a while back. And I put it in the keezer, carved it up, got it nice and cold and carved and let it sit for a day or two. Well, I think it was about a day actually. And then I couldn't wait any longer and I had to try it. But not without setting up a camera. So because for me, it was a very exciting moment and I wanted to capture it for you guys too. So here we are, my very first taste of my all grain beer. Hi guys, about 24 hours ago I kegged my first all grain beer and I put it in the keezer and it's been here for 24 hours. I know it's not going to be, well, I had planned on leaving it for longer, but to tell you the honest truth, I can't wait. So anyway, let's pan down, well, tilt down if you want to use proper camera terms, and let's get that down there, and open her up. Now I still have to release the pressure. It's still under pressure, it's still under 30 pounds of pressure. I know I got a real ghetto tap set up here, but you know what, it works. I don't care. Nobody ever sees this but me. So I'll take the gas off and turn it down to basically serving pressure, or somewhere around there anyway, lower than serving pressure. Okay, and then I'm going to release the gas. I have a rag here just in case, because you know I actually took this out of the freezer a few minutes ago and gave it a little jiggle for a few minutes just to make sure it was carbonated. So there's liable to be, and yes there is, some excitement there, just a little bit, so there we go. Okay, connect the gas back up, turn it on, it's already on, okay, and let's put it up to gotta get a knob for this thing one of these days. I'm gonna put it up to about 7 or 8 pounds. Oh, the tap's already hooked up. What I sometimes do is I just sort of fake a kegerator here for a second. And I'll grab my glass and let's drum roll please. I don't know if you guys can see this, but let's give it a pour. Whoa, whoa, holy moly! Wow, look at that. Let's get a little more. Oh my God. Okay. Let's put that inside. Now I'm going to tilt back up. I used to work at a TV station years ago, so I'm used to using actual terminology. Okay, so it's not clear. It's sort of clear. I can see through it, but we don't have proper lighting here for you to be able to see the way it is. One hell of a nice frothy head on that. Oh, ouch. Let's come back here. Again, this is a green. I expect it to taste fine. I don't expect it to taste too bad. It's 3 weeks old, you know, so I think it should be okay. I'm just admiring the look of it. For those of you who care, there's a little bit of, you can see there's a little bit of lacing forming on the top there, the rim. And the head is, the way I tell with foam on beer is if you can't hear anything, then it's not going anywhere. It's sticking around. Okay, it's gone down a little bit. Smells almost like a, you know, it almost smells like a pumpkin beer that I had a couple years ago, which was an all grain beer, but obviously there's no pumpkin in here. Well guys, thanks a lot for coming along for the ride with me on this. I will do an official sit down taste test of this one day, a little while after, you know, it's a little more mature, maybe a little more clear. But in the meantime, bottoms up, cheers, and here we go. My first time trying my first all grain beer.
Here we go. Holy cow. There's a ton of flavor in there. It tastes like really, really expensive cookies. Not chocolate, but just like decadent, you know, expensive biscuits. Biscuity, it's biscuity. A lot of people use that term. Looking good in the glass. A lot of flavor. A lot of flavor. The hops, they sit really nicely on top of the malt. But I'm telling you, man, this beer's got balls. It has a lot of bottom. This is like, it looks like a subwoofer, man. This thing has a lot of bottom to it. It's very malty, but it also has that nice layer aftertaste of the hops that I put in. So, I mean, this is non-official, but that pretty much sums it up. Maybe in a week or two, I'll revisit the beer and see if there's any changes. But I'll tell you something. It's good. It's very, very good. It's fantastic. I'm very impressed, and it's my first all-grain beer, so I'm very impressed with this, man. I know it's at least 6% anyway, if not more. But again, I don't know because I don't have the numbers here. But you can't taste that. Can't taste the alcohol at all because it's so full. Like it's a mouthful. Like it's a, you know, it's so there's so much there. You know, so much going on there. It's like firecrackers are going off inside your mouth. It's just, there's so much flavor there. There's a core difference in the base, you know, the base of the beer, the foundation, the malt. There is a core difference there between all grain and extract. I would say that right off the bat. Do I think one is better than the other? I can't say that at this point. I'm going to drink this for a little longer. I might pour myself another glass. Is it good? Yeah, it's freaking good. I'm very impressed with it. Cheers. Talk to you soon. Bye. You know, there's an experience that goes along with this. You know, you've got your beer kits. Okay. These are easy to make, and if you do the right things to them, they make great beer. Okay, you've got those, and you can bang one of these off in an hour or so. And I do these because it saves me a lot of money on beer. Beer prices around here, forget about it. Okay, I'm not buying beer. Very rarely do I buy beer from our Ontario communist, you know, alcohol board, whatever they want to call it, because the prices are too high. They rob you. They rob your pockets when you buy beer here. Okay, so that's why I make it. That's why this gets done. All right. Now, of course, it's a lot more fun to add some of your own hops and some of your own grains. Maybe do a little boil, do a little steep, you know, and that's kind of cool. And you put a little more of yourself into the beer. But from my own experience, when you do a batch of all grain beer, okay, there's pride. There's pride. You started with grains. You started with those little cereal things that you know, malted barley and grains and whatnot. You started with those. You did this. You know, I did it by hand. I cranked it by hand. You know, with these two bare hands. You know, and then I you know, put it in the mash tun, and I did that, and you know you saw all that. And then at the end, you know, 3 weeks later, I got this. And as you saw in the clip I just showed you, it's fantastic beer. It really is good. Look at the lacing on that. I mean, you know, Doesn't matter what glass I use. It's this is what it's doing. I think that while you're drinking your all grain beer, part of the enjoyment of it is the sense that you made it yourself all the way from scratch, and that really, while you're drinking it, it's got your name on it. Okay, it really does. So that's sort of how I feel about it. Am I going to stop brewing beer kits? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There is a time and a place for those. If you do the right thing with them, they make great beer. I'm still going to do partials. I'm still going to do mini. Well, I probably won't bother with mini mashes, because if I'm going to mash, I may as well do a big full mash. I'm going to make this beer again. I will tell you that this beer is probably about, to me, rates about the same as the porter that I did, with using beer kits and adding things to them to make a porter. That porter was as good as this, or this is as good as the porter. Two different beers, but if I was to rate these two beers, I would give them the same score. And that porter was an extract beer. It was a partial extract beer. So, you know, I guess the burning question is, Craig, does your all-grain beer taste better than your extract beer? It can, but not always. And I think there's margin for error in all of the different brewing methods. This is my first time, so it's only bound to get better from here. No, I mean, I think that the most benefit that you obtain from doing all grain, I think, is the enjoyment of the process and the fact that you did this from scratch. And there's just a lot of pride there. Thank you guys so much for following this, and it's a success, and I'm very proud of it. And we're going to do lots more of these, and I'll be doing some experimenting, and there's lots more videos coming up because of that. Okay, so happy Homebrew Wednesday, cheers, and again, as S.J. Poor says, and he's the inventor of the Homebrew Wednesday concept, by the way, and as he says, enjoy the fruits of your labor, brew beer. Take care, guys. See ya.